was actually going to be my
even from the student angle.
Yeah.
Yes. So we are privileged that the student union presidents are seated here. It's so sad that representatives of Nigerian students at the national level has done nothing on this issue. I said nothing on this issue. I'd not addressed press on this issue. Although maybe I might not know, but my colleagues here, maybe they will testify if they've had any.
Of course.
And this is a person that is in the national confab.
representing
Nigerian students. It is so sad that we have a face in the almost concluded national confab and education. As in, not just for 1 minute, the issue of education has not been said. There's a problem.
So going to lead me to my next question now, because I was going to, even when the ASU went on strike, it went on for so long. Money, like I said, was the main demand. They ended up, okay, we'll give you this, take this one. They ended up negotiating and they got something. And then after that, a lot of schools still increased fares and their tuition at the end of the day. So my point is, do you think this is actually going to work out at the end of the day? Do you think this strike is going to yield any results? Because like I said, people are already backing out. The schools are backing out. Some students are not in support. Do you think we're going to get any results at the end of the day?
Yes, I hope and I believe that there's going to be a result. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if our union, that is the College of Education Academic Staff Union, Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, if they actually know what they are fighting for, if they know that this right is for both their own benefit and the entire student and large benefit. Because I'll tell you the reason why most of them are backing out. It's because they are particular about the interest, which is the general funding. That is talking about their IPPI, IS, and other things. But other things that are related to students that have been settled, they're not bothered about it. That's why they are pulling out. So yeah, if they are ready for the cause, and we can go this far, 6th month, 7th month, and a year for Polytechnic strike, I don't understand. It means there's an aberration in the educational sector, and it's going to affect so many things, even after now.
Yeah.
It's going to affect generation to come.
Yeah. I guess my next question will be actually to all of you again, like I did the last time. I mean, I went to Nigerian University, and I know how many times I went on strike, and I think I ended up spending about a year and a half extra because of strike and all of that. And you said there was a strike in 2010. I know there's been a strike between 2010 and now again. Strikes always come up. And it looks like with every strike, they meet one demand, there's 8 left, then 1 year later we'll go back to the strike. Do you think there's any other thing, any other way we can go about this thing without always keeping students at home for the government to actually listen? Are there other mechanisms we can use?
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Seems like a tough question, but I mean, because the strikes have been we've had strikes in Nigeria for the last 3-4 decades, and every time it's the same thing. Yes.
Strike is not the best for any issue or to resolve any issue. But when we look at the situation of this country, you agree with me that the concept of education in Nigeria context is ambiguous, because you would not be able to define why do we have education in Nigeria. I think that's a problem generally. It is only when we understand the importance of government, of education, that all of this will stop.
Very true, very true.
Because if you're actually fighting for other sector, economic growth, security, and every other thing that are attached to it, you believe me, it comes from education. As an example, if students are not catered for and education sector is falling, we tend to have more terrorists, and that is obvious. If students are not catered for, as the case of the Polytechnic we have now, we could not have technological advancement. And if we have to rate a nation, it is either you are rated based on your economy or technological advancement. And now, these are being denied. If actually we are patriotic enough, then we should know that the aspect of education should be given absolute attention. And if this is done, every other thing will be resolved. So the advice or the way out on this issue, so that the strike will not continue to go here and there, is that we should give paramount attention to education. And that is one. Secondly, if our government will take this step, in case whereby their children will actually school in Nigeria and experience what we are experiencing too, then they'll focus on this. I will not be having series of strike as we have. But I believe because their children are not here, perhaps it could be. So no absolute concentration on education. So if we can work on this, I believe the issue of strike will not be coming up. So, and that is my take on that.
My will take a very perhaps different dimension. Let me start by saying our leaders of today enjoyed free education that we are not enjoying today. And it is quite painful that they that actually enjoyed that benefit, that did not transcend to today's generation, are the one trying to victimize children of this generation. Coming back to your question, if strike is the best means, for every issue there are 3 C's, and the last C is confrontation. And for this union, their confrontational decision is strike, which is not always good for every organization or for every settlement. But if our government can be human, if our leaders can be human, there's no need for us to go on strike. They will listen to all deliberations as at when due. A case study is the chief executive of my own institution. She is a mother, and she will not allow any issue to go for more than 24 hours. Yeah. She prefers treating all the students as our own children. And if we can emulate this idea, that we have over 15 million students in Nigeria. Okay, these are our children. Let's assume they are my children. Would I allow my child to pass through this? Yeah. If they can answer that question themselves, then we will not be where we are today. So, being human, in whatsoever position we have, matters a lot. Because the lackadaisical attitude of the supervising minister of education contributed to why we are at this level today. I was opportune to meet him at a conference one time, and I asked, we're trying to ask, what's up about this strike? And he shielded the question and turned it off that as if,
Yeah. I guess,
very, very bad.
I guess just to round up now the final note, my question to you will be, are you hopeful that this is going to end? And is it going to end soon and end well?
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm very much hopeful. And the reason why I say I'm hopeful is because there's a structure on ground, whether I would like it or not. He said they enjoyed free education. He said their children are not here, and these are the truths. You and I know. You understand? Like you said, my provost, we were fortunate to travel out of the country, and I was able to see 1 or 2 standards as regards education in the other part of the world. When it comes around, he's tried putting things in order to have a standard too in my institution. I don't know if that's how it's happening in other institutions too. But I want to tell you that if this is the same attitude federal government has been imbibing, whether we are paying school fees or not, whether it is an exorbitant or no exorbitant, here and there, it's not an issue. The issue is let us have a standard of education, whereby the leaders of today, which is the youth, we can have a good generation so that there can be continuity in our proactiveness, as regards education in Nigeria. Because I'll tell you that it's because of the way system is. Because they're not obeying the structure of how it ought to go. And that's why you see the unions going on strike. Because by the time so many things that have been pending, when you're supposed to release white paper, you didn't release it for so particular year, it will be pending. So issue will be pending. Infrastructural development, it will be pending. And I want to tell you that the bedrock of any good economy is infrastructural development. And it's one of these issues. Yeah. So I'm very hopeful. If federal government can show concern, if I can actually, say it to the unions that they are affected and they are concerned, why not? They will treat the issues without wasting time.
Well, thank you very much, Yusuf. Thank you very much, Babajide. Thank you very much, Olushola. It's been very eye-opening. I hope this ends soon enough. Yeah. I think it's really, really sad that this is going on. It's a big shame.
Exactly.
It's a big shame on Nigeria that Nigerian students have been at home for at least a year.
An aberration.
And nothing has been done about it. We'll take a break and be right back. Please stay with us.